What up, people? Coach V, New Breed Boxing. When will I be ready to spar? Great question. Somebody put in the comments the other day. By the way, keep putting your questions in the comment section. I already have a bunch of topics written out, but if you come up with a nice, topic I want to cover quickly, I'll cut that to the front, to the front of the list. So anyway, this is kind of a gray area. In boxing, there isn't too many gray areas. Most things are just black and white, yin and yang, offense, defense. Fight, you run, whatever. That's how we do it. But in when to spar and when you'll be ready, that's a case-by-case situation. My first time in a boxing gym, literally my first day I sparred, and it was a fight for my life. And I highly recommend avoiding any place that would do that to you because, it wasn't like a horrible situation for me, but I've seen other people just literally get the crap beat out of them in their first sparring session because your first month or two in the gym, if you're fresh green off the street or whatever, you've never done this in your life, it's going to take you a good amount of time just to establish the fundamentals and then to be able to get them into your muscle memory so that your reaction time is cut in half and you can use them under pressure. So if you don't have experience and they put you in the ring with somebody with experience that don't go easy on you, you're going to be coming home looking like the cover of Rocky IV the first day. We don't want that. That's definitely not going to be productive. So what I look for when somebody's looking to do this competitively, number one, you got to be in shape. You got to have a certain baseline level of fitness, okay? Just to be able to withstand the pressure and not get tired. Number two, you have to have the fundamentals established from the footwork to the punches to the defense. And again, have the fundamentals with perfect technique and have them into muscle memory, so that you're not sitting around stuck and you don't get that paralysis by analysis syndrome over and over again. Because in boxing, like I say, depending on your weight class, you could throw 4 to 6 punches per second. So if somebody launches an attack on you and you're sitting there like a deer in the headlights, you're not going to be able to react in time, and it's just not. The more shots you getting punched is like getting a tree getting chopped down. You can only take so many punches. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure that whoever you're training with, whatever coach that's going to determine who you're sparring and when you're ready, make sure that they you trust them, man. I mean, I know you don't know what you don't know, but you can kind of get a vibe if you're being rushed into a situation. If you got that feeling, you fully are within the rights to decline the sparring session. That's just something that it shouldn't even happen, but if it does, you got to still think for yourself. You know what I mean? Because not every boxing coach is good. So, that's just the truth, sad truth of the matter. So, again, want to make sure you're in shape, you got your fundamentals down to muscle memory. And then the third thing is to make sure that you can keep your wits about you under pressure. So before I put my people in the ring to spar, I do reflex drills, I do speed drills, I do pressure drills. And those are the type of things that, for example, everybody looks good on the floor. I can't tell you how many guys I lost, not me personally. Well, in my gym, it happens. There's a high attrition rate in boxing, but in other gyms, people just quit after their first sparring session, even if it wasn't even that bad of a sparring session. It's just they emotionally and mentally get overwhelmed, and they just can't take it. They just feel like because they're not gonna look. You're not gonna look good, and everybody has high hopes. Everybody wants to look like Mike Tyson in his prime in their first sparring session. It ain't happening. And again, if that happens, then you're in the wrong gym. It should be a confidence building situation, but at the same time, you should be getting a healthy dose of reality and getting checked where you're wrong, because you're going to be full of mistakes. And that's the whole objective of sparring, is to identify your mistakes and correct them. So when you're sparring, for the first time, you're going to mentally be under heavy pressure. And again, everybody looks good on the floor when everything is, at your own pace. When you're punching the bag, you dictate the pace. When you're sparring somebody, whoever's more energetic and whoever's faster is going to dictate the pace. And you have to keep up. It's either sink or swim, you know what I mean? There ain't really too much of a learning curve margin that's going to give you a break more than a fraction of a second. So you got to really it's like playing high-speed chess mentally, you know what I mean? Even controlled conditional sparring is going to be, there's going to be a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? So I've had people punching the heavy bag. I'll tell them to do a double jab cross weave, or slip double jab cross weave, whatever, some choreographed movement, right? Under pressure in the ring, mentally, it's overwhelming. And people literally don't know their left from their right sometimes. I'll be telling somebody, you know, throw the jab or throw the cross, and they just cannot, they just literally, like I said, a deer in the headlights, and they can't process basic commands and requests. So learning how to be relaxed in the ring under pressure, it does come with experience, but that's the other thing. So, you know, it's just something you're gonna learn over time. So again, first things first, you gotta make sure you're in shape. Second thing, you've got to make sure you've learned the fundamentals to perfection and established muscle memory. So again, that cuts your reaction time in half, because in boxing, you're totally in your subconscious mind. You got to be in your subconscious. If you're in your conscious mind, your reaction time is going to be too slow, and you're just not going to be able to execute, you know, in a timely fashion. So, you know, make sure you got the fundamentals down the most. And then the last thing, again, like I said, make sure that you can keep yourself mentally, you got to keep that mental clarity under pressure, because without that, all the conditioning, all the skills in the world is meaningless. It's not going to help you. So anyway, hope you found that informative. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, share, and tell me about your experience, your first time in the ring, your first time sparring. Was it good? Was it bad? You know, I'd love to hear about, you know, some other people's experience, man, because every coach is different, so you don't know until you get in there. And you know, hopefully your first sparring session will be a confidence builder, and from that point, you're gonna go into your next one, and maybe you might wind up taking some fights. Who knows? Maybe you might take it all the way to the top. But anyway, till the next time, we up out of here. I hope.